Hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies, and I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. Now, first of all, if you're a returning viewer and you know that I love yarn and you're only here for the yarn and the stitching and the knitting and crochet, there's no yarn and no knitting and no crochet in this video. So if that's only what you're here for and you don't want to watch, that's totally fine. Why I call my channel my creative castle is because as somebody with a disability, I have to be creative about a lot of things in my life, not just with yarn, not just with knitting and crochet. And if you're a returning viewer, you probably also know I live miles from even a bus stop. I live out on a rural property, and so I rarely go into town. I'm often using prepper products, experimenting with things in my kitchen and my home. And so, you know, when I do get into town, when I do get in a ride, I'm usually focused on getting food and groceries, right? And so, but I do care, especially now on YouTube. I do know I'm 47. I am aware that my hair is very, very gray, right? And if you are wondering, I have colored my hair before. Some of you have seen it colored. I really love that dark red that I often use. But you know, that's, by the way, if you want to know what shade that is, if you love it, that is L'Oreal Paris 5RB. And I love that red, and I am going to use it again. But that's also, you know, that particular product is a traditional hair dye, has a lot of the chemicals in it that aren't necessarily good for our hair to put it on all the time. So I've been looking and looking for more natural products, for more of the rinse temporary type stuff, even if they don't last as long. I'm just kind of looking to see what I can experiment with, right? So today we're totally going to test out a product here. We have this Polar Hair Care, which is supposed to be one of those like rub in and then rinse and leave for 10 minutes on your hair, right? And see, I have no idea if it's going to work. It might not even work at all. So if you are somebody who's, this is just a dark brown, which dark brown is my natural color, by the way. I'm Chinese, English, and Norwegian, so you know the Chinese kind of dominates, so my natural color is dark brown. It's not red, right? There's no naturally redheaded Chinese and really Norwegian folks. There are some redheaded Brits, but hey. So the dark brown is my natural color. So first of all, I thought we'd talk about accessing the package information, right? As somebody who's visually impaired, right? I can't just read my package information. So I am using a Natural Reader app, and I have already, basically all you do is lay your package down. I should have done this on the video. And then take a picture of it, and the Natural Reader app will read it to you.
Water, cereal alcohol.
Let's see.
Ethanol, water.
It's in the middle of reading. So let's go back to the beginning.
Step 2. Dispense 2 to 3 prompts into. Step 1. How to use.
Okay.
Step 1. Dispense 2 to 3 prompts into hands and lather. Step 2. Apply evenly onto dry hair and wait for 10 minutes. Step 3. Rinse your hair. Step 4. Enjoy your new vibrant color. Ingredients: water, cereal alcohol, ethanolamine, CDRF25, propylene glycol, glycerol stearate.
We're going to open the package while he's reading us the ingredients, but it is brand new. I've never used this product before.
Toluene 2, 5-diamine sulfate, fragrance, ascorbic acid, sodium sulf-TE, resorcinol, formino M cresol, diphenyladiamine, macadamia ternifolia seed oil, Simonsia chinensis seed oil, tetrasodium EDTA, p-aminophenol, ethanol, aminophenol. Other trace components: Polygonum multiforum root extract, Centriber off Sonali root extract, Panax ginseng root extract, formino 2-hydroxytoluene, 1-naphthol, 1,2-hexanediol, phenoxyethanol,
Not even sure what this stuff is.
Manufacturer info. Manufacturer. Montel Cosmetics.
I don't think we need all that,
address.
right?
Building A.
We got our ingredients. We all good with that? Okay. So if you are visually impaired, there are apps like that, like the Natural Reader, that will read it out to you. We've just opened the package and we got this little pump bottle in here. I'm not even sure how this is gonna, oh, there's a little cap there. Okay, so we just opened the plastic together. This might not work. I don't know. We might be getting out our L'Oreal Paris here very soon. I'm gonna wear, they didn't say anything but wearing rubber gloves, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyways, just because, right? Just because I want to protect my hands, want to make sure they're not having any kind of reaction to these chemicals. So, but it's supposed to be much more natural and better for your hair. So hey, if we can cover my gray hair for like, you know, 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, we'll take it, and then maybe we'll go back to being a redhead, right? So let's go ahead and pump this stuff into my hand. It said 2 to 3 pumps. Maybe we can't do it up there. Maybe we have to set it down on the counter to do this. Maybe we have to pull up the top, possibly. I don't actually know. First, you have to figure out how the pump works. That's a mystery, isn't it? Oh, there we go. I do have towels all over my counter, and I guess I should be pumping it over the towels, okay? So here we go. We got some into my hands. Interesting. Okay. So there's a piece of plastic that came off. That's interesting. We'll just set that down. I don't know how this is gonna work. We're just gonna smear it onto my hair. I've never ever used this product before. It's interesting, that's for sure. So we're gonna rub it onto my hair and see, because I know that my hair is really, really gray in front. That's where I'm gonna focus on. I do color with my L'Oreal Paris by Feel, and what I know as somebody who's visually impaired, I know my hair is very, very gray in front. So that's where I'm gonna focus my attention, is really, really, really covering up this gray first in the front. Going really thick on the gray in the front. And I'm gonna go way past my hair. Like I can feel my hair on my forehead, right? And I know it's gray along my ears. So I'm gonna go ahead and smear that in really, really well. We're gonna smear this into my head. I know that I'm getting shampoo and chemical and whatever all over my skin. When I use L'Oreal Paris, I do that as well. I get it all over my head and my face. And it's not the best thing for your skin, but I know that way I ensure, right, that I get it into all my gray hairs. And when you're visually impaired, my best advice to you is just blend and blend and blend some more, right? Rub and rub and rub some more, because you can't see what you're doing, right? I really can't see what I'm doing. I have no idea how covered this is. So I start right even before my skin line, and then really massage that into my
Creative
head.
Grandma, September stream. Creative Grandma and Cody Show. Live now. Red circle. Come join us.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that was. That was some kind of notification on my phone. Don't have a clue. I didn't put you guys know I use a screen reader, right? I'm visually impaired, and I use a screen reader. My phone reads out loud to me, and it reads all kinds of different like notifications and stuff. And a lot of times I've been learning, since I've been interrupted a lot, to put in an earbud. But I didn't want to have an earbud and we're playing with this chemical, right? I didn't want to get any of this shampoo, even though it's supposed to be natural, onto my earbud. So I didn't put it in. I said 2 to 3 pumps, y'all. We are going to go like way over the top on this because my hair is so gray. So I want to make sure that I get it along the back of my hairline too. And then not just on my gray, but we are going to go ahead and rub it in nice and thick. We're going to rub it into all my hair now. We're going to rub it through my hair, right? It actually smells good. I'm going to tell you something. As somebody who's really sensitive to smell, traditional hair dye It smells, it's so, I mean, I tolerate it because I know the red looks good. I know it covers my gray, but I am not fond of the smell of traditional hair dye at all, right? It's really overwhelming. So this stuff smells good. If it covers my gray for even a week, y'all, I'm gonna be thrilled, okay? I'm gonna be super, super happy if this stuff covers my gray for like 2 weeks or something, and I can just put it on like every 2 weeks like this and just do it like for 10 minutes, I'm gonna be thrilled. I'll take it, okay? I will. So I have no idea. I'm just gonna keep blending a little bit more up in here, right? Really massage it in good. We're gonna find out. And because my hair is so gray, because I have so many stubborn grays, I really, really go over the top beyond what most people would do with this product. I really want to get into all of these strands up in here because I got long hair. So we're really going to brush it into the sides and the back. We're going to run my fingers through it. And I'm going to run it keeps saying 2 to 3 pumps. And I'm like, do you even get that I have a lot of hair? And I don't have thick hair at all. I have pretty thin hair. My hair falls out by the handful. So that's another reason why I'm trying not to use traditional hair color as much, because my hair's pretty damaged. And I don't bleach my hair or anything like that, but it's just pretty damaged. It's pretty brittle. It falls out a lot. So I'm trying not to put a lot of excess chemical on my hair. So if I can find something that's more natural, this smells way more natural. It smells way better than any other hair dye that I've used before. I can just tell you that right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and set a timer, okay? And I'll get back with you. We have to set a timer for 10 minutes, and then I'll get back with you. And we'll look at it after 10 minutes, and then I'll pause the camera again, and I'll rinse it out, and then I'll let you see it again when it's wet, and then again when it's dry, okay? So, Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so Alexa's gonna time this for 10 minutes for me, and then I'll let you see me one more time, then I'll go rinse it out.
Set the timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
And then I'll check back in with you. Okay, guess what? We might be going back to L'Oreal Paris. I have no clue. Product review, Polar Hair Care, y'all. For anybody else who's dealing with the gray hair, I'm doing this because I know that a lot of people deal with, gray hair. This is what we're looking at. And that a lot of people today are looking for alternatives to traditional hair dye. Okay, see you in a bit.
Stop recording button. Pause button. Pause.
Okay, so I'm back. It's been 10 minutes. Because I'm visually impaired, I do start on my skin and work back because I got to do it by feel, right? And I can't see my gray hair. So you do get it on your skin. I can feel it on my skin, but I feel it when I do a traditional hair dye. I also feel it on my skin. So you're going to have to make a decision. If you're visually impaired and you're trying to color your own hair, you're going to have to decide how much contact you want with that product to have on your skin. Traditional hair dye does tell you to do a skin test first for allergies. I've done that with my L'Oreal Paris. I've never had issues. I did not do it with this. Probably should have. I highly recommend if you're going to try out any new chemical like this before you smear it all over your head, you probably should see if you have an allergic reaction, right? I didn't. I'm still here. So anyways, but that's why it is all over my head. That's all that is a lady who's mostly blind trying to ensure that she gets her hair covered. It's nothing inappropriate, right? Anything like that. So anyways, I'm going to rinse this off, right? We're going to turn on the shower here. We're going to turn on some water, right? And I'm going to go ahead and get in the shower and rinse off my hair, and I'll be right back.
Pause button. Pause.
Okay, y'all, here I am. I want to say fresh out of the shower, but I mean, really, I did stop and put a bikini on, like a tankini and some shorts, because this is YouTube and it's not that kind of channel, right? So got that on. So here we go. here is my hair. What do you all think? I genuinely can't tell. Like, I can't tell. I'm gonna have to wait probably until I dry it and try to look at it. Might even have to wait till tomorrow. Might have to wait till I ask somebody who can see. But if you want to see what my towel looks like, so you know, is it gonna stain at my towel? First of all, this towel already had stains on it. I have like old towels, right? Like what I was wearing, and a hairdresser's cape, and old towels that I keep lined on my countertop that I use specifically for coloring my hair. I have just like a bin and a bag of, like, you know, hairdresser's cape, right? And old towels that I've been literally using for years to color my hair in. But to my limited, very, very limited eyesight, I don't think that there's any new staining on this towel. Like the wet areas, okay? Like there's areas, you know, I mean, I think these stains are old. Like this is where it's most wet. I can feel that. I can't tell, but I don't think it's particularly stained. I still do have towels all over my countertop. I was a little concerned, but I think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and dry it and then get back with you and let you see it one more time. Okay.
Pause. Pause.
Okay, well, here I am. Hair has been dried. This is what it looks like. I think I don't see much at all anymore these days, honestly. So it's really difficult for me. Like I can tell when it gets really gray, but when it comes to actually covering my gray, I can't tell how good of a job I did. I don't think, I think the product does cover my gray. I think I didn't do a great job of blending it in on my side, would be my guess from the limited sight that I have. I think the product covers gray hair. We'll definitely see how long it lasts. I don't know what kind of a brown. This is the dark brown. I don't know exactly what it looks like. I'll have to ask somebody who's sighted. And the other thing I'll say, if you're visually impaired like myself and you do it like I do, where I smeared all over my skin and worked my way back to my hair, you probably want to do that on a Friday night and really, like, you know, when you plan, like you got groceries and food in the house and you don't have places to go for a couple of days, because you're really going to need to scrub your skin good. My guess is that I still have some staining on my skin that I'm going to really need to work at scrubbing off. So anyways, though, I think I'm good with the product. I am curious how long it lasts. I'm curious how my hair responds to it, right? So we'll see. But I think it'll be a good kind of a in-between product. Still going to use the red because I love it. But I think this could get me through, like, you know, at like the six week mark till that 3 months kind of time frame, right? So anyways, I know this isn't what some of you are here for, but I also know that there are like literally millions of people in the world who've got gray hair and are looking for ways to cover it, right? Those of us in our 40s and our 50s and, you know, all that. So hope this is helpful to somebody. This is my results from the Polar Hair Care. Pump it, smear it, leave it for 10 minutes, wash it out. This is what you get. Alrighty, well, I'm going to get back to stitching and I'll see you all again real soon. Alrighty, back to the knitting. Bye-bye.